Hi, this is Kim with HeIsReal.com, and just wanted to say hello. And today with our little blog, we're going to be talking about how to make your characters a little more believable, and some of the evidence that you have. Now, we've been talking about evidence, your idea, and what that means in this series. Today, if we're going to be talking about not only your characters, but a lot of this, you know, in your plot, in your story, you know, everything that you have. My last one, the last two that I've been talking about Avatar, plus a situation that happened to me that really, I felt like just kind of explained, I guess, some of the things that I was trying to convey to you guys. And you know, when I talked about Avatar, you know, we talked about some of the characters and what the story was like, and you know, taking you guys on a journey and everything. Well, now with the evidence, I wanted to talk a little bit more about my my situation with the mom and the child. And when I was, you know, I guess when I was writing all this stuff down, I wanted, you know, I wanted some ideas to kind of help you understand your story, your idea, your characters, your plot, and things of that nature. Let's say that you see, and this is just something that will help you with your evidence. Everything is as plausible and believable as it possibly can be. Okay, let's say you see a car. It's driving down the street, and it's weaving from side to side, and it nearly hits a fence or some trees, right? Okay. So you have to come up with a conclusion of what happened. And it has to be plausible. I mean, if you say, well, some aliens, you know, came in and took over and, you know, took them up to the sky for a little while and then brought them back and they were able to gain their car. Well, in that little bit of time, that's probably not really truthful. But you can conclude maybe the driver was drunk, right? Maybe the driver was having a heart attack. Maybe the driver had just been stung by a bee. Heaven forbid, on all of these. Maybe the driver of the car is very inexperienced. You know, something that's wrong with the car's steering. Something that's wrong with the brakes, or, you know, maybe something's wrong with the tires. You know, when we're conveying our evidence, our ideas and our plots, even in our characters, you know, what the character's like. Here's another really great example too. Harry Potter, for instance. You know, now some people may not be Harry Potter fans. I do personally like them, but here's what I really like is the way she wrote. J.K. Rowling took a story. She fleshed out every ounce of her characters. What age, what times, what they wore, what they look like, what they did, what their purpose was, every little aspect. And she took that and she put it into these amazing series. You know, again, if you're not a fan, you know, that's okay, but, you know, just to understand, you know, in that character, making her characters very believable and plausible, she had to bring her evidence to light. You know, obviously there's no real thing as the wizarding world like that, you know. I mean, we know it to be evil. And you know, but in a fictional way, the way she wrote the story, you know, it's very, very plausible. Again, it's fiction, just like in Avatar. Avatar is very fictional, but like when James Cameron had to write that, he wrote the characters, he wrote what they were like, where they were, what they were doing, who they were around, how they acted, what they did, what they wore, where they're going, everything. He had to know everything about his characters in order to make this believable, in order to make you believe, as you watch the movie Avatar, that you could fall in love with these alien creatures, that not only that your mind could be transported into an avatar, and then go out into the alien world and be able to coexist with them and do run and jump and whatever and do all of that stuff, and then have your spirit leap from your body into that avatar. You know, it's preposterous. But he made you want to believe it. That is an epic story. So no matter what you do, consider your evidence. Make it as believable as possible. Make your characters believable as possible. The more you know about your characters, the more your audience will too. So anyway, I hope that helps, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.